We have a true gal on the go on the podcast today, Miss Clarke.
I'm like, I know this is not good and I should just be like no to this, but I like him.
Holy like, is it like the thing where you just...
Yeah, so you can do little like...
Is it sturdy?
No. Like, it's... What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Gals on the Go podcast. I'm Danielle.
I'm Brooke, and you might notice if you're watching on video, we're waiting for a special guest to join us today.
We have a true gal on the go on the podcast today, Miss Clarke. We're so excited to have her on the podcast today. We've been wanting to have her on forever, and she's just a gal on the go, and she was like, I can make it happen today. So she's going from meeting to meeting, and we're like, okay, we're going to start the pod, and you're going to walk in, and we're going to get into it.
And we're hopping right in.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you've been a gal on the go. You just did a little travels yourself.
I did.
Oh, wait, I have to tell you a really funny story. I was on a call, like a work call with someone who we both know, and oh, she's here.
Okay, so Clarke has appeared. She is here, and she looks stunning. This is one of those days you guys need to watch on YouTube because this fit. Can you just give us a little outfit check? Like, where's everything
love it.
from?
Yeah, so actually the entire outfit is Zara. That's so like old Zara finds that are just so good you can never get rid of them. Shoes, pants, and top, entire thing.
Well, that's easy
absolutely
enough.
Very simple.
You've got me wanting to go to Zara.
I really like
now.
the
It's
shoes, yeah.
Last thing I need to do right now.
Yeah, no, I'm like trying to do not dry January like alcohol, but like shopping. Only doing home shopping. No clothing though.
I feel you. I'm in my saving era as well.
That's
That's a good
something.
little thing. Like a spending free.
Because you just moved.
modified.
So you have a whole apartment to fill.
Yeah, and that's already so expensive. I'm like, I don't need any more clothes. I've got winter stuff. I've got coats. Like, take a break. Take a seat.
That's honestly so true. Like, if there's a season to not purchase clothes for, it's the winter. As long as you already have like some jackets and sweaters, you can't see much anyways.
I know, yeah, exactly. I'm also kind of hibernating in the winter. Like I'm
Brooke's
a bit of a homebody.
I'm like, ditto to that. I feel you.
Yeah, I love staying in, so I don't even need any new clothes in the winter.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how much money you save when you don't go out? Because this is like a new revelation to me. I'm like, I just need to not leave my house, and then I don't spend any money. Like,
$0.
Exactly. I'm not buying coffee. I'm not buying a smoothie, a drink. Like, there's nothing because I'm just home.
You know, it actually is so crazy. Where I find like when I go home and I'm like with my family, I just don't spend money. Well, also because like they're grocery shopping and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's incredible.
And no Ubers.
No Ubers.
It's amazing because I will stay at home, but then I'll like order Uber Eats. So I'm not saving that much money. But I just started meal prepping this week, and it has been a game changer.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Like, did you get like the little containers? Are we doing it like that?
Yeah, so I have like kind of for my breakfast. I made these little mini like egg white bite quiche things.
Do you use like a muffin maker, a muffin pan?
A muffin maker.
Pan.
You know
I like
muffin
use
man?
a poppy to like cut out pie crust to put in the bottom of it like a quiche.
Like use a poppy, like a drink poppy can.
Yeah, literally put it down, like cut it out. It's the
great.
perfect size for muffin pan. Put the egg whites, all the like fixings in it. So good. And then like dinners, I just have it already in the fridge.
Perfect.
It's very helpful.
So you are a breakfast person.
I usually am not, but now I go
am.
to bed and I'm like, I can't wait to get up and eat one of those little quiche bites.
Yeah.
Are you putting like, I'm inquiring because it's selfishly I want to make these. Are you putting like cheese in them or like
so I tried to
peppers?
make them as healthy as possible, but like
you need
I'm
some
not the
flavor.
healthiest. Right. So I have cheese in it. There's sausage, a little bit of bacon in some of them, sauteed onions,
That sounds
and then just like
amazing.
mostly egg whites. But they're so good. I need to do a recipe and like put it.
You
on
need
my
to-
TikTok.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Are you into cooking?
I love cooking.
Oh, that's good. So
Yeah.
you should lean in then.
I
to the
should. I
cooking
just
of it.
feel like Uber Eats is so convenient, and there's so many restaurants here. You just
No, I mean, we always say it before I moved to New York when Brooke and I had the podcast. I would just not poke fun at her necessarily, but I'd be like, wow, you Uber Eats a lot and you live in New York City. And she's like, well, exactly. I want to eat all those places and I'm not always going out to dinner.
So when I'm back in Atlanta, it's like my brother kind of lives a little bit outside of Atlanta now, and I look at Uber Eats and it's like, oh, pizza place, and it's like Cava, whatever. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll cook. When you're here, though, it's like, oh, you know, there's so many different places, so many different cuisines and cultures. It's so fun to try.
It's amazing. I know I recently swiped up on one of your stories. I was like, what is this? And you told me it was like a place in Brooklyn. It was like this amazing looking bowl, and now I need to try it.
Oh my gosh.
I don't remember what it was, but it looked
Wait,
amazing.
I feel like
you told me what it was.
Yes,
yeah,
you asked me about a bowl.
You were like, this is my recent Uber Eats order. I'm like, okay, well, that needs to be my new Uber Eats order.
Yeah.
Love the unlock. Yeah, no, I'm like a few weeks clean from Uber Eats. Not
like
for
actually, like you really haven't.
like actually, like I'm actually a few weeks, and like I cannot tell you the savings. Like, I am actually perplexed at how much I have put into Uber over the years.
No,
like,
I know.
And it's hard to track because you're not swiping your card, you're not paying in cash. It's just like a little tap. So you've been doing like a dry January Uber Eats edition.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm like cooking my dinner and like a tear falls into it. But like, no.
So I was like, wait, I need to try that one. So yeah, you've been in your cooking era. Okay.
Sometimes that's what I'm learning though, is that cooking doesn't have to be, I mean, it's like opposite of what you said. You're like a meal prepping. I'm like, that sounds like punishment. Like, I need it to be like chicken cutlet, like mac and cheese, like fun,
like a fun
to
meal.
get mentally through that.
Yeah.
I can't explain it.
I just can't cook every day or else I'm going to be tired.
Yeah, and the cleanup, especially when you live alone. Like,
oh my God.
And you're just cooking all this for just you, and then you sit and you're like, do I light a candle? And then I just eat, and like, do I pull up my real napkins? But it's just you. Like,
yeah.
I recently got cloth napkins, so I'm like,
what?
Yeah, for Christmas. And I was like, wait, this is so depressing. I just pull out my cloth napkin for one. Like, it's like, how far do you go into it?
That's so adult. Like, that
Really,
is,
yeah.
whoa. Just for the
know.
aesthetics or for like?
Basically, I had my friends over for Friendsgiving, like my high school friends, and my mom's boyfriend got wind of a photo that I took, and it was with paper towels as napkins, and he said, no.
Wow.
So that was his gift to me for Christmas. It was actually really sweet, and
That's
it went with my
thoughtful.
apartment.
Yeah.
With like the cool rings, you know?
Yes.
So nice.
And they're so my aesthetic, very neutral, like rattan thing. It was cool.
Yeah. Honestly, I dated a guy one time who had like cloth napkins and he used them every single day.
Wow.
Like he used like nice dishes in that every day. And honestly, I kind of started doing it. It makes you feel good. Even if it's just yourself, just like setting up your meal, like maybe lighting a candle just for yourself. Like,
Wow.
it's kind of nice.
I did that?
Yeah.
That means you have to do the laundry. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Are you like, you're like a guy that just laundry?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's nice. It's cool.
It's really, that's why I'm like, then I have to wash this napkin because you can't like reuse a napkin.
Well, that's right. Yeah. Well, sometimes I feel like I won't even like use a napkin. Yeah. I'll like
dab
eat.
it.
And then I'll just like go wash my hands or something. And if I don't get anything on my mouth, I'm like, oh. And then you just
That's fair.
Not even use, just to make you feel cute, like in the moment.
Are you into like, I feel like you are, like romanticizing moments and like.
Oh, for sure.
I feel like that's why I initially
Yeah.
followed you, because you posted something aesthetic and I was like, I'm in.
No, I love that. I think because like I'm not in a relationship, so like you said, you use it when it's just by yourself, and I'm like, make every moment just kind of special. Like,
I love it.
Pop a bottle of prosecco, like drink out of a nice glass, put my poppy in a nice glass.
Yes.
And, like, just enjoy it. I don't know, it's fun. Self-care.
It really is so fun. So you've lived in New York how many years now? Because you went to school here too.
Yeah, so I guess technically I've been out of school for a year, but because it was COVID, it was just kind of wonky. So I'd say like maybe 4 to 5 years, but not necessarily like fully 5.
Like in New York City.
Yeah, I would say about like 4 in New York.
Okay, so you've been here longer than me, and then you too, probably, right?
Yeah.
How long have
Well, I
you
moved here in 2020. So you were here before that?
Yeah, I moved in 2019 when I started school, and then went virtual 2020.
Did you go
Right.
stay put or?
No, so I went back to Atlanta for a little bit, then stayed with my dad in DC, and then I moved back here in September of that year. So I was only gone, I guess, for like 6 months or so of
You could
2020.
say 5 years.
So yeah, I've been
Yeah.
here for 5 years. You
Say
guys.
Please, yeah, longer than me.
When do they say you're New Yorker? Is it 10 or is it 5 years?
I think it's 10.
Oh, yeah,
Because
it's
I'm
a
like,
bit
I don't know that I'm a New Yorker. At this
No, like
point.
we're not New Yorkers. I feel like we will never be accepted as New Yorkers.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Do you see yourself living in New York for like a long time?
Probably. I think sometimes that maybe I should like buy a place. That seems like a responsible thing to aspire to, but I just never see myself doing it in New York. It's so expensive.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe one day like I should move somewhere else. But
Yeah.
I'm just not even into like settling down, meeting someone, like having kids kind of vibes. So I'm like, I'll just rent here forever. Like I'm just
you're
hanging
so
out for a
fun.
while.
Your new apartment, from the glimpses we've gotten.
Gorgeous.
Guys,
not okay.
I'm so excited about it. I like haven't left it. This is one of the
mean,
only
I wouldn't
places I've
either.
been to this year.
Really?
Yeah.
We're
Like, I'm not kidding.
No.
Not in like Mean Girls. I think Mean Girls is my
we thought
first
you were
time leaving my apartment, like since I moved into it.
Well, we are honored that you left your apartment for us today.
No, I'm so happy to
So
be
maybe
here.
is that why you're a gal on the go today? Because you're like, okay, I'm leaving the house already.
Yeah,
I
I'm
might as
doing
well, like,
everything the same day.
That's
everything, and then
honestly
I'm
smart.
not leaving it until February. Like I'm gonna be in there.
Honestly, that's smart. Stack everything. I do that when I put on makeup. Like I'll be like, oh well, might as well film everything I have to because I don't
Yeah.
get ready most days.
Yeah, true. Although I feel like I have to do makeup all the time because I'm always on live.
you
You live on live. Yeah.
I live on live.
Can we talk about it? So is that a strategy thing or you just enjoy it? Like,
So
You can be
I
real.
love it. I think for me, editing is kind of difficult because it's not really my wheelhouse. Like, I don't know that I'm that great at it. And so whenever I start editing, if anything, it kind of like starts to feel complicated. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to put it down. Let me just go on live, and that'll be my that'll be my social media like contribution for the day. And so I feel like I do that so much, and then I won't post for a while. So I'm like, okay, I got to dial it back. But I just love talking just like organically.
Well, you're so amazing at it. No, seriously, like your opinions, I see you post them. I'm like, this is correct. Like and it's rare that I feel that way about, some people are like, they're kind of an asshole. Like, and with you, I'm like, preach.
I love you
preach.
guys. This is so validating.
This is so true. Wait, so this brings up a whole question. Maybe this is a crazy question, but like, so what is your approach to social media then? Like because like you started on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
How many years ago did you start?
I guess I was just finishing my sophomore year, so I guess this year will make 3 years. Like this summer will be 3 years.
And I assume it just started for fun because you were just posting about being a student?
Yeah, well, actually, this is funny. I was thinking about this earlier. I posted one video that was a day in the life, but I went on a date in the video, and oh my God, people went crazy, went super viral overnight. They were like, why is this girl on a date? Like, she must be an accountant. And I was like, no, I'm not an accountant. And that Monday, I was starting my internship, like a legal internship. So I was like, oh no, I've got to like clear the air. So I made a video about scholarships. I'm like, you guys, I'm actually a college student. That's how I like afford my life or whatever. And that video went viral. And then so I guess my first video was like a Friday. The second video I posted on a Saturday. Then Monday, I posted going to my internship and like, this is what I do in a day. And that went viral. And I swear like 2 weeks after that, I got my first brand deal.
Wow.
Like I like never set out to be a content creator.
You just like were having fun, and then everyone's like, wait, I'm so invested. Wait, what do you mean people thought you were an accountant?
Well, because I went on like a date in the video.
An accountant.
It was an older guy. Like not like a finance accountant, like an accountant.
Like, you work at a bank? I'm an accountant.
Oh,
like,
I've never heard this before.
Wait, really?
I've never heard
Really?
It's like you're an accountant.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm like an accountant.
Oh, this whole time I'm like, why are people?
Yeah, you're like, no, just be an accountant. That's good.
I know there's people listening that need that clarification.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So that's what it was, and I was just like, "There's nothing wrong with that," but I just didn't. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm starting this legal internship." And millions of people have seen the video. I was like, "If my coworkers see this, my boss is gonna be like, what is going on right now?" So I was like, okay.
I completely get that. Especially when you're first starting out, I feel like it's a hard line to walk to be like, okay, this is also like how all of my friends and family and professionally I'm seen, but also I want to be real online.
Exactly.
It's tough. So
that was very difficult. Yeah.
So there'll be days where you're like, I don't want to post anything today.
Danielle's going back to the shit.
I'm like, because what you do is so cool. So I'm like, what is her method?
But I would like love to ask you guys what you do, because I feel like I'm so haphazard with posting. Like I don't have days where I'll get up and film a bunch of videos. Like I have maybe 2 days a week that I film something.
Well, especially for TikTok. It's nothing to feel bad about.
Absolutely
by the way.
not.
It's more so like it means you're authentic and you're doing it when it feels right. But cause I asked because you talk about the lives, and that's so cool that you're like, I don't want to edit. I want it to be very real. So you just go on live. So I'm like, is that part of your method?
Yeah. So okay, that is part of my method. But I hate that I don't reach as many people that way. Like people will miss my lives because I'll probably get like 900 to like 1,300 people on a live, and that's obviously not even a fraction of like my followers. So then my followers who don't see the lives are like, why haven't you posted in a week? And I'm like, girl, I've been on live for 27 hours this week.
Yeah. Well, one of the reasons I became so enthralled with your content is because you are so real about your dating life. Like it's insane. I mean, she'd be like night in my life going on a date, and she would show like the guy's hands and like so then I got in his car. I'm like, holy shit. Like guys, like you have to go follow her if you don't already. Like she is like showing like everything but his face. Sometimes his face is in it.
Yeah, I've shown I think 2 guys' faces, DC Bay and X Bay. Yeah, but that's what was so crazy, because the dating vlogs, I had part of my first vlog, like half of it was me going out on a date that night. But the date and the life thing, I like coined that term 3 years ago making these videos, and people ate me alive. They were like, oh my God, how is this girl recording? Like women and men, they're like, I would never take this girl on a date, like she's recording. And now I feel like it's more common. Like people will post dating vlogs and like it's normalized, but I got so much shit for it. Like on Twitter, I wouldn't even post it anywhere else, but like they would take it to Twitter, like look at this girl doing dating vlogs on Instagram.
It was baller,
Thousands
by the way.
of people. I thought I'm like, guys, I'm taking you out with me. Like, we're having a little fun time. The guy's not in it. It's not harming anyone at all.
You're just like showing the restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, that's so cool.
So I don't know, but I got a lot of shit for it.
But it also brought you to where you are today.
That's true.
Completely.
That's true.
So maybe it's part of your strategy. It's built in. It's like TikTok live, dating, like the bit of it all.
So can we talk about your dating a little bit?
People wanted, actually, I love, like I said, your approach to everything and just kind of how you are like, I'm an empowered woman, so I take this approach to it. And like that, I guess explaining that, I think it's really impactful for like girls who are, or really anybody who's like 18 or 21, or like maybe people who are like early on in dating to like hear kind of your perspective on it. Yeah. I wish I knew that when I was younger.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like being young and not like really looking to settle into something and always having been so focused on school and like pre-professional stuff, dating was just never top of mind for me. So when I started dating in college, I was like, okay, I like these guys, but I'm not going to take them seriously. Like, I still am going to school. Like, I've got this content thing now. Like, okay, this guy is the last thing I'm thinking about. And I feel like kind of having that approach throughout high school and then college, now I think I'm just a little bit more level-headed perhaps when it comes to dating. And also I think someone asked me about this recently, and I feel like one of my best pieces of dating advice is just like, you cannot internalize anything that happens in dating, like really in life generally. If you know who you are and you believe who you are, like if you know yourself to be a kind person, a smart person, beautiful, like whatever, if something doesn't work out with you and a guy, if you don't get some internship or like get into a school, that doesn't have anything to do with who you are if you've worked hard on the person that you are like presenting to the world. And so yeah, I feel like a lot of the times with friends or people I'll talk to, they're like, well, this guy didn't text me back, like I feel so bad. And I'm like, why would you feel bad? That's like a him thing, you know? I feel like it's the best way to go through life.
It's their fault.
Yeah, like everything. And honestly, sometimes I don't even like to think of it like, okay, no, that's on him sort of thing. It's just like, it didn't work out. I mean, you guys, before you met your boyfriends, like I'm sure you dated guys and you were like, you just can't even believe how far from being like totally compatible you guys were.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, when did you guys start dating your boyfriend?
No, I actually found you through, maybe not through dating content, but I related because I was also going on like dating app dates. I was single for, this is my first serious relationship. Like I was single forever. Yeah. And I think that's why I relate to a lot of people who would make those sort of videos, because I'd be like, oh, this is very real. Like, you know, going on a date with someone and being unsure about how you feel. And I feel like you articulated that so well and real in a way that women I feel like are scared to be like, oh, I'm not sure about this guy, because we're taught to be like, oh my God, he likes me, so I have to like him.
Exactly.
Which is a terrible mindset, something we need to completely unlearn. Yeah. So I'm glad that you're like broaching that.
Yeah, I totally agree. I remember one of the guys I was dating that I feel like people got invested in, like Plane Bay. I don't know if you guys remember those stories.
I remember Golf Bay, was that one? Golfer?
Yeah, that's Golf Bay was the longest one.
That was like the one that I was really invested in.
Wild ride. Yeah, we're done though. But
okay, goodbye.
Goodbye Golf Bay. Yeah.
Goodbye.
There was Plane Bay and Med School Bay who like they both asked me to be in relationships with them, and I was like, oh, I told people like, no, I just didn't feel like I was at that part of my life. Like I just wasn't really into that. And people were like, do you have attachment issues? Like I think that maybe you have like fear of commitment. I was like, no, I just think I'm like focusing on other things in life. Like I don't know. I kind of was very upfront with him about what I'm looking for and all that stuff. And so I feel like, yeah, just not every guy that wants you, do you have to want to be with them too? And it's okay. Like it's fine. Yeah.
I really love that.
Love that.
I mean, that's how I feel like when I met Ryan, I was very like kind of how you were talking about earlier, like you weren't looking to settling into anything at the moment. You were just having fun and living your life, focusing on other things. And that also is always when you meet the person that you're like, oh, I'm obsessed with you. So I think it's such a great and important message to remember is not focusing so much on like how they feel, what's going on. It's like, how do I feel? Like, what am I up to? And then it just comes to you, I swear. If like that's what you want.
Yeah, it does. And that's why I'm like, just don't even focus on it. Don't like actively seek it out. It literally will always happen to you when you like least expect it.
And people always doubt it too. And you're like, no, I swear.
No, it's true. And honestly, I think it's probably because you're just not so laser focused on it. Like if you're constantly thinking about something, you're obviously going to be more aware of like the fact that it's not happening for you. But if you're, you know, working on your hobbies, or just like hanging out with friends and family, you'll be like, wow, this just came out of left field.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also love the way you like set the standard for yourself. Like you're like, you know, no, like I don't like the way that this guy's treating me. Like that's unacceptable. Like I'm not going to continue, you know? Yeah. And kind of having those, who taught that to you? Like, was that, you just instilled that in yourself? Was that like from your mom?
I don't know. That's a really good. Well, I think when I was younger, I used to watch movies with my mom all the time. And I think people don't take me seriously when I say this. When I'm like, you can learn so much from movies. I feel like I've learned so many dating lessons. I've never even experienced it, but I'm like, I saw that happen to Diane Keaton, and like something's got to give. So I'm like, no, I already know. I'm not doing that with this guy. Oh my God. So yeah, I think like part of that, and I would have conversations with my mom after watching movies and like just different things in life, and you know, she would give me her wisdom. And then I also just think like, I don't know, when you're not super invested in the guys, it's just easier to say no. Like anytime I've been like down bad for guys, as the girls say.
Down bad.
Oh God, I'm like, I want to say, I'm like, I know this is not good and I should just be like no to this, but I like him.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. We love Squarespace here at Gals on the Go because Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. So whether you're just starting out or you're managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place, all on your terms. And that is what we did with our website, galsonthegopodcast.com. You can go check it out. We built it with Squarespace. You don't need any fancy like programmers that can run you so much money, but I feel like it's still so important to have a website of your own. And we just freaking love Squarespace. Let me tell you, we love that we have all of our social media platforms on here linked, and they like live auto populate with like our newest podcast episode, our Instagram posts, stuff like that. You can host video content. You can organize a video library and showcase your content on beautiful video pages. You can create email campaigns so you can drive sales and engage your audience with Squarespace email campaigns so you easily collect their emails. This is really, really huge. And another thing that's huge is analytics. You can use insights to grow your business and learn where your site visits and sales are coming from and analyze which channels are the most effective. This data is like so huge to have, and Squarespace gives it all to you. So you got to check out Squarespace if you don't have a website, or maybe you want to switch over. Check out squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/gals to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Once again, once you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/gals to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
It's kind of hard. That's why I try to tell people, like, I've been in every situation. Like, don't think I've not had that, but you really just have to, again, like, know who you are and believe it. Like, if you believe that you deserve better, you know that you're a kind person who deserves like more than what this boy is like giving you. You just have to really stick to it.
I love that. What like era are you in of dating right now? Like, so I mean, that goes back on everything I just said, but you're not looking for a serious relationship right now, or
no, I'm not. I'm like,
that's not the plan right now.
No, it's not the plan. I would say now I'm more open to it than I was when I was in school, because I definitely still thought that I was gonna go straight to law school, and I was like, I could go to California or like anywhere, so I don't want to be tied down to any place. Now I'm like, really, I love being single, and I think dating is really fun. I haven't gone on like dates in probably a month maybe, which is a really long time for me. I know, right? I'm also dry January from dating. I haven't had a single date in January.
It's apartment January for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's apartment January. So I'm kind of just like enjoying, I don't know, just like being single. So I guess I'm open to it, but also would just love to stay single for as long as possible at this time.
As you should. You mentioned law school, so is that something you're still considering? Is that off the table? Where are we at?
No, definitely still going to law school. It's just always my dream. So I don't want like content to sort of take me off that path, but who knows when I'm going to actually get there.
No, I get it. This girl's a baller, by the way. She graduated from Columbia University.
Guys.
And it was just so impressive that you were doing all this while being a student. I think the first time we met you, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like really realizing how you're actually a student right now and you're doing all of this. Like, we were at an event and you're like, I have exams next week. I was like, holy shit. Like, living in New York City, balancing all that, it must have been crazy.
Yeah, it was a lot. It definitely helped. I moved away from campus during my junior year, so that was definitely helpful because I could still get up to campus, but I was closer to events and stuff. But yeah, I would like go to a dinner and be sitting like on my phone and people were like, is she okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm so sorry, I have a paper due at midnight. Like, yo, I'm trying to finish this. It was a lot. God. No, it was a lot.
Finishing a paper on a phone, I don't think I've ever done that. That's pretty epic.
Yeah, little like Google Docs thing, like the app, just type it up. Yeah, submit it.
I didn't think about that. You don't have your computer.
Yeah.
No need. I am realizing, because we've just been chatting away, I do want to hear what your favorite and rec of the week are.
Yeah.
So I think
Okay.
we need to do our segments.
Yeah, let's do it. Should we start off with favorite? So this is
Yes.
going to be, it's usually something physical. If it's a makeup product, a clothing item, anything really random that you're enjoying right now.
Yeah.
Okay, my favorite is the Glow Recipe Cloudberry Essence Toner.
Is this
it just
new?
came out, yes. Unbelievable. When I say my skin did
gosh.
not look like this like 2 weeks ago, like so
Really?
much
So
texture.
glowy.
So that product, Glow Recipe's products are just like
Yeah,
amazing, but that
so
one
great.
is unreal.
When do you use it?
Tap on your face. Is that what
Yeah,
an
so
essence
it's
is?
almost what's interesting though. So after washing your face, you use it like a toner, but
Okay.
it's like serum like.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really super thin and like watery like
Yeah.
a toner. It just feels and smells amazing. I use it at morning and night. It's perfect.
I feel like your life is together when you use an essence.
yeah. Wait, are
like-
you guys using toners?
No.
Yes, I do use the Paula's Choice liquid exfoliant.
Oh, okay. I've been hearing good things about that.
Yeah, not every night. Well, night or day. It depends on like. I kind of do skincare depending on how my skin is feeling. Like if it's
Yeah.
extra dry, we add in that extra
Intuitive
hydration.
skincare.
I love that. Wait, that's so. Is that like a term? That's really good.
I just made it up.
No,
because I'm
you
the
need
same
to
way.
run with that.
We should run with that.
No, you have to run with that.
Oh, I'll run with
Yeah.
that.
I'm not
Okay.
kidding. Write it down.
Okay.
I know.
And
I know.
make a TikTok because that's so good.
It's so true though. Like,
We always say that like, you know,
Yes.
if it's like, oh, my skin's a little oily, so like maybe I'll, you know, do a little less today or something.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
now we just want to go online like, okay, what's the exact skincare regimen? Like I need to stick to this, and
I
it's
know.
so like rigid. I love that. Just
and your skin
intuitive.
gets so used to things.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's so nice. I'm like, today is an oil day. Like I'm using like an oil or
Yeah.
like, it's really true.
And different goal. If you're acne prone, I feel like you have different, like for me, some days I'm tackling the acne, you know, and I'm
Yeah,
like, my skin's
same.
going to be dry because I'm just going after it. And other days we got to add back in the
Yeah,
hydration.
it's like,
Yeah,
today's
very true.
benzoyl peroxide.
Yeah.
Salicylic acid.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, hyaluronic acid. day.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm obsessed with this.
You're like a little
conversation.
chemist over there, didn't
I
you?
know,
Like,
I'm, like,
in the
learning
lab.
to
Like,
You inspired my thought about it. I was like, you're so right. I do the same thing. It's like same when I always talk about on the podcast how depending on what I'm doing, I put on a different perfume. So if I'm going out, I have like a going out perfume. If it's like daytime, I have like daytime perfume.
are you a
I
multiple
need to get to
perfume?
that level. No, I'm.
Do you have
not.
like a one? Are you like
I
a
do.
signature scent?
And I've run out of it. For graduation last year, my aunt got me the Louis Vuitton Symphony perfume. It is
I need to sniff.
so outrageously expensive that I have not brought myself to buy it for
yeah.
myself again. But when I tell you, I've never gotten more compliments on anything in my entire life.
Wow.
I like get into Uber, the like cab driver's like, oh my God, what is that? I'm like, what? He goes, I want to buy that for like my wife or like this woman in my family. I'm like, oh yeah, it's this perfume. People stop me. I literally had a woman, I was going to the US Open. She ran up from behind me and was
my
like,
God.
I just have to ask, what is that perfume you're wearing? And I told her, and her boyfriend was with her, and he was like, oh, I thought you guys like knew each other. She literally ran
The
up
one
to me.
she-
Yeah, it is the best perfume I've ever smelled in my entire life.
I love success stories like that about
influenced
perfumes. I'm
us.
like,
I think
but
you
I'm
need
like,
to
it's so
repurchase.
expensive. I'm like,
But
yeah,
all those
Louis Vuitton
compliments.
perfume. That sounds expensive.
and it's like one of the like special edition bottles that's
Oh.
like, I swear it's like $200 more than the other bottles they have, and I'm like, that's a whole nother perfume right there, $200.
Yeah.
Is it because it looks pretty, or that's the
Yeah.
only way to get that scent?
It looks really pretty. That
So you can get that
bottle.
specific one. It looks good
Yeah.
on your counter.
And they don't
Oh
do
no! Sorry, no. That's the only scent you can get. That's right. Yeah, it's the only one that they
To get
make
that
of the
scent.
symphony. Yeah,
Oh.
there are like 4 or 5 perfumes they have that come with this like silver top and all this stuff. It's
Oh.
ridiculous, but
Yeah, I'm running and smelling this. Like,
You
I'm
have to.
obsessed.
You know, some like department stores do like refills of like perfumes, like they'll have like a big thing of
Yes.
it. Like I'm assuming they don't have
they
it.
do refills
Oh.
that are a refills cheaper. But I'm like, maybe so. You're right. Okay, the
I'm
refills are a little
giving
bit
you-
cheaper. I
I didn't know you could do that.
maybe for my birthday.
Of some perfumes. I rarely finish a bottle of perfume. Can we talk about that? Like I feel like by the time now, luckily for what we do, like we do get like PR and stuff, but I feel like I'll, you know, use a perfume and then switch to another one. Like, but I'm never really fully finishing the
Yeah.
bottle.
Yeah.
It's really rare that I run out of a bottle of perfume. I don't know. You
I've
guys go
run
through
out.
them?
I
You're
like-
well, you just did.
Well, because I'm only using one perfume, so
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm throwing that baby on 3 times a day, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No, I mean, Brooke got me Baccarat Rouge for my birthday one year, and then by my next birthday, I had ran out, so she got me another. So, but not always do I run out. I guess it depends on like if it's something you're spraying on every day, or
I've never
occasions.
smelled that one.
Oh, it's great.
Really?
Everyone talks about it. I've never smelled it. What
You've
does it smell
definitely
like?
smelled it. Like half the girls in
I feel like I
Really?
might be wearing it today. I'm like, I can't remember if it was that or product.
It's a great.
Once this is over, I'm gonna be like sniffing.
Overstimulated.
Yeah.
nonsense.
No, but I've been out all day, so I don't know. Like, I think it's better fresh. Not
It's
necessarily.
a great one.
Really?
It is.
Okay.
It is still like just great. But I have so many perfumes I love, so I can't.
She's a scent girly.
I'm a scent girly. That's like
I need
my
to get
thing.
into that.
It's so fun. Like, do you like candles? Who doesn't like
Yes,
candles?
I like candles. I feel like I could burn them more.
I
than
could burn
do.
them less, so maybe we could find it.
Meet in the
Really?
middle.
Like I just like burn it. Like if I stay home all day, like it's burned from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then like it gets all black and like
Wow.
the rim is scary. So I feel like it's not good for my lungs or something.
Wait, I'm gonna go home tonight and light a candle now. I'm inspired. I have
Yeah.
so many candles. I just forget to do it. I also have like little plug-ins, so my apartment always smells like something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like just seeing a candle lit. I feel like
Yes.
it's it's
We
a little
learned this
vibe.
on this trip we went with Rare Beauty. We learned that a flame, like the flickering, is very relaxing and it reduces anxiety and just like, well, not actually reduces anxiety, but like, you know what I mean? It can calm
Yeah.
you down. So I think that's also why I'm always lighting a candle because it allows you to fixate on something.
Okay.
I'm surprised you're not a
Candles.
candle girly. Like I'm
I
just
have so many
imagining
of them.
You in your apartment.
with your beautiful views, just with
Cooking.
a candle.
With
Yeah,
the
but I'm
candle.
thinking, I'm like, that would be an amazing,
amazing
little
asset.
vibe. I'm doing it tonight.
I love that. Okay, Brooke, what are you loving right now? What's your favorite of the
Right
week?
now, I'm like, oh my God, you caught me off guard.
I
No,
did.
because we're just going so deep. No,
Surprise.
mine's actually a skincare product as well. It's recommendation from Kat, our amazing makeup artist, Cam Artistry. It's the Avene. I'm so bad at pronouncing these words. It's the Sickle Fate Restorative Protective Cream. And this is, I'm on my eczema journey and trying to find the best stuff, especially for some reason under my eyes. And they look like wrinkly and it's dry skin, but I'm healing it. It's actually a lot better. The past few times I've recorded, I've been like, it's been like really visible. So hopefully it's going away. Been using this and I love it. It is just a thick moisturizing cream, non-irritating. I feel like these creams that are made for like eczema and stuff, they usually either do nothing
Yeah.
or sometimes they even like make it worse. Like it's just not something that works well with the routine, but this one does. And makeup goes on over
Avene.
it. Yeah, it's like a
Nice.
random brand.
Do you use a primer like after?
Yes, this is
Okay.
just under my. This
Oh,
is
this
like
under- okay,
sorry.
okay,
this
okay.
is specifically like. I mean, you could use it wherever you have eczema. I guess people probably use it as a face cream.
Gotcha.
It's really for. It says here for like wound care. Helps reduce the look of
Oh.
scars. Like it's more. It's like a healing product.
Do you
Oh, I
ever
love
go to
that.
like, it could be any service. It could be hair, it could be a facial. And then they say like, oh, you have thin hair or oh, you have eczema. I'm like, I didn't know I had that because that happens to me all the time. Like someone's like, your hair's so thin or your hair's so thick. I've been told both. I'm like, so what? But recently I was getting a facial and she's like, oh, I didn't know you have eczema. I was like, oh, I do. I guess I have it on my chin, like without makeup on. Like I have red patches, but I just was like, oh, it's just red.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now I'm like,
Yeah.
shit, maybe I need to get this product. Apparently I have eczema. Is this a shared experience? Like you go somewhere
Eczema
and
presents in like different ways.
presents manifests in different ways.
No, it does because I googled it one time to confirm that I had it. I was like, "Do I have eczema?" And I was like, "Whoa!" There's like a world, like a web of like different
Eczema
ways it could
101.
look. Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Because some people will have it like noticeably, like on their arms and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I think of it as. Like I didn't.
But it doesn't have. It could just be like one little. Like I have it in specific patches that like I've just had forever. You know, like almost since I'm a kid.
Wow.
In certain areas, and every winter it gets worse. Like more flare ups.
So do they do like tests for eczema? Like could you do like a swab test or something and they're like, oh, this is eczema?
Yeah,
like
that's
if
a
it's
really
in
good
different
question.
ways? That's interesting.
I don't know because
Yeah.
usually I just if you can get like
you
a
self-diagnosed.
well, you could get like a steroid cream, like prescribed by a
Yes.
dermatologist, and they've given it to me without like test. Like they're just like, oh, eczema, okay,
Yeah.
here's a steroid cream. No, I'm not sure because there's also contact dermatitis. I think that's what it's called, which is
Yes, I've heard of
similar,
that. Yeah.
but different because I think that's from use of a product that causes a flare up, and eczema is just like you have it.
you have it.
Okay.
You have it. I know. That's always the worst when people are like, oh, you just have no eye makeup for a week. I'm like, that's simply not going to happen. Like,
Realistic.
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe you could try this cream though. It's like a nice thick moisturizing cream.
My sister-in-law has really bad eczema. I'm going to tell her about
you
that.
should.
Yeah.
Tell her.
The solutions are impossible. Like there are just so many options, and different things do work for different people, but it is exhausting, like digging through the amount of products that I've tried. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. Intuitive skincare.
Yeah. Intuitive sense, really.
Yeah.
Intuitive everything.
Yeah.
My favorite this week is, I think it's pretty niche, but I'm obsessed with it, so I'm gonna share it. I got a portable clothing rack off of Amazon. What?
You did
I
too?
saw that when I was with my mom on your story, and I was like, Mom, look at this clothing rack. Stop, wait, so you have to tell me about it because I've been meaning to order it since you posted it.
Let me tell you.
Oh my God.
So it's so niche and it's like whatever, but I really enjoy it. So whenever I'm planning outfits for a trip, or I know some people plan their outfits for work for the whole week. I don't know if that's your vibe. Anyways, there's just times in my life where I've been wanting a clothing rack, but I don't have room to put like a roller or wheeled clothing rack anywhere in my apartment. So I just go on Amazon sometimes, you know, and you're like, let me just see if this exists. It typically does exist. So I just looked up portable clothing rack, and I found this one on Amazon. It's like $29, and it folds up like a tripod. Like it gets this big. And it's also nice if you're like steaming clothes or something. There's just been times I need to hang clothes up.
Yes.
So I got this clothing rack, and it's just been so fun. My friend, do you know Clarke Peoples? She's a TikToker.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just got one, and she texted me it because she brought it on her trip with her, and like, you know, you could do that if you want to set up all your clothes in that way. But I've been loving it if I've been planning my outfits for a trip, or the other day I was like shooting a couple outfits. So I just popped up my little clothing rack, and I just felt so put together.
Oh my God, yeah, the
sweet.
steaming is genius, actually. 'Cause I
Yeah.
usually like, put it on my like shower rod, but I don't have a shower
Me
rod in my new
too.
place, and I'm like, that's
Where do
so
you put
perfect.
it? Yeah, so there's just so many uses.
Wow.
If you find yourself wanting a clothing rack, but you don't want, I mean, and there's so many reasons people use clothing racks too. Like maybe they want to have like, I see people put their newest pieces that they bought, so they make sure they're wearing them, and or like maybe there's some clothes in your closet you forgot about, so you can pull them out onto the clothing rack and try and style them. I don't know, whatever your journey is. Maybe I'll start bringing it on trips, but usually there's a closet, so it's not a big deal.
Is it sturdy?
So that. No, like it's sturdy. I mean, it has two, but it's nowhere near as sturdy
Of course.
as
Yeah, regular.
like it's definitely like when I put like this faux fur coat on it, it was like woof. You
Oh,
know?
well, that's heavy.
It hasn't- yeah, that was like a heavy.
Oh
thing.
my gosh.
But I was like, let me just try this out.
It's 37 pounds.
Yeah.
Heavy. No, but I needed to see all the outfits, and then I was like, okay, I'll just take it off for now. But I had like 5 outfits with like top, pants, belt, jewelry, and it was fine. So
Wow.
Great.
yeah, but it's definitely not like it's $29, you know. But I don't know, it's something fun if you're planning outfits for a trip, or I don't know, anything.
I'm so glad you said that because I
Yeah, you
forgot
should
to
get
order it in
it.
the moment. Me and my mom were both just like, that is amazing, and I
Right?
forgot to order it. So I'm going to do it
I'll
after
send you the
this.
link so you can-
Yeah.
I feel like it's a vibe to like have a clothing rack out as like a piece of decor sometimes, like with your new
totally,
pieces or
yeah.
whatever on it. But then you could fold it up when you're not feeling it.
Yeah,
It's
no,
cool.
if I had more room, like I would love a clothing rack in my apartment, but maybe next apartment.
Yeah.
Clark's making me want to move, so.
Penthouse.
Penthouse,
I'm a
baby.
proponent of moving every year. I've like moved every year since I've lived here.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I've moved twice already, and I've only lived here for almost 3 years, so.
Yeah, I just love it. It's like a new space to decorate, like
Yeah.
new neighborhood maybe. It's really fun.
I feel like it's the thing in New York, too. I feel like people move a good bit.
Yeah.
If they raise your rent, you know, so it's like, oh, your
like,
rent.
Oh my gosh.
As well, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I know, so you kind of just got to do it all. Okay, now we'll get into our rec of the week.
Yes.
This is so chatty. I love this podcast.
Me too. Girl time.
I know this is so fun.
Yeah,
just, like
it's super chill. Like
Yeah.
We're not an interview
We're not-
podcast.
yeah, that's not our specialty. We just like to have people on that we like and talk.
And
Yep.
chit chat. Yeah, it's so fun.
So do you have something you'd love to recommend to the listeners this week?
Yeah, so this is a little dark.
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh my gosh. I'm like-
I don't know if you guys know Bella Fiore. She's a YouTuber.
Why do I know
from
that
Australia, but she lives in London now. But she lives in Australia for a very long time.
That name is so familiar.
I'm thinking of Bella Porsche for some reason. The one who's like M to the beat. Isn't she the one that did?
I don't know.
No, I don't know why I'm thinking of.
Fiore.
She, though, I think years and years ago, she did like makeup content and stuff, but she would do these random Mystery Monday videos where they're like 45 minutes long and she goes into like a mystery unsolved case.
Okay.
Now I think her entire
wow.
YouTube is just doing those
Yeah,
because
it's
they're
like
so popular.
solved or murdered.
Oh.
I have been getting up in the morning and doing my like indoor stepper that I got from Amazon and putting
Cool.
one of those episodes on, and it's like better than any documentary or like
Wow.
whatever. And I love the way that she tells the stories.
She's a good
Like,
storyteller.
I love it. So those Mystery Monday things, it's like what I've been watching. Like I haven't even been watching movies or TV shows. I've been
wow.
watching that.
Wow, thank you. That's really unique, and I really like that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about your Amazon stepper. What is this?
Oh my gosh. Wait, have you not?
Is it like the thing where you just...
Yeah. And
Is
it has
enjoyable?
little like arms.
Oh,
I
it has
actually like it
arms.
because, yeah, so you can do little like, what do you call
Is
them?
it attached to it?
Yeah, it's
like
attached.
an elliptical.
Yeah, basically. But
Oh,
it's
that's-
not, okay, so it's like,
Resistance? Like-
yeah, like resistance kind of
Almost like a band, but it's a
bungee.
cord.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm like not, I don't know any gym terminology.
No, it's kind of giving like
what the
vintage,
hell
like
do you call
80s
that?
workout.
Yes,
Yeah.
precisely. But you can up the resistance. Like I did it this morning watching one of her videos for 40 minutes and I burned like 400 calories. It's like that was really
Whoa.
easy. You just get up and it's not easy. Like you're going to be sweating, your heart
Okay.
rate is elevated, but I'm just in my apartment. I took it out of my closet, did it while I was watching YouTube and then done.
Well, so would you compare it the most to an elliptical?
I think, yeah. So when I put it in my maps, it's like I
trying
do,
to
or in
think.
my Apple Watch, I do elliptical, but it's so good.
I've seen
At
this.
home.
I'm between that or getting a walking pad because it's so cold out and I
Yes.
miss walking.
Yeah.
What?
Because we were just talking about TikTok Shop a few weeks ago, and
Yes,
you were
and
like,
I-
the walking pad, and they got you. They fucking
They got me. They're on TikTok
Oh my
Live just
God.
walking, and they're like walking pad linked here. I'm like, shit, they got me. You're right, they got me.
Did you order one?
No,
You're
not yet. They almost got me. Here I am talking about it.
No, you should do it, honestly.
I think it'd be good content.
Yeah.
Like on my computer answering emails, walking.
Yeah. Also try the stepper was, I mean, probably one of my best purchases.
Or the
last
stepper,
year.
yeah, I have to decide.
It's amazing.
What about storage? Like how?
It's this big. I'm not kidding. It's actually
Okay,
this
that's what it
big.
looks like on
I put it in my coat closet.
Oh, just on the bottom.
Yeah, and it
That's
just
easy.
sits there. So good.
Well, I'm really not gonna leave my
I
house.
have like I know I have gym anxiety, so I don't want to
Okay.
go to the gym and then walking to Soul Cycle right now in the cold. I'm like that's just not gonna.
You need to ask
happen.
her about what we were talking about.
Yes. So I feel like it's more of a summer thing, the 5-hour walks.
Oh yeah, exactly. But you know what? I was like, I should do a 14-mile like in the winter, like a crazy video. Like come with me on a
should.
14-mile walk in
You
the
should.
dead of winter. I'd
Wait, so
probably
you go for
die.
5-hour walks? Or you have in the past?
Yeah, I
What does
love
that
them.
mean? Is it a certain route?
So kind of. Sometimes I take a certain. I have like a few different ones, but I usually just like to go for 14 miles, which will take me around 5 hours.
Okay.
But yeah, it's really like enjoyable though, because when you're in the
Yeah.
city, like I'll stop and grab like
Yeah.
a drink somewhere, like a pastry, or run into a store, whatever. So it's very leisurely, not like super exercisey.
That's so fun on like a
Yeah.
weekend. Something I've been wanting to do, maybe you've done it, is walk from one end of the city to the other. Have you done that?
I haven't, but
I really wanna
I
do
think
it.
Manhattan is 13.4 miles long, so I'm like I could do
oh,
it.
that fits right in your schedule. with
Yeah,
your 5-hour walks.
But I don't know.
You're like, that's just one walk.
one walk for Clarke. So
That's why I'm like, I should do the New York
That
City
should be the
Marathon
video.
next
Oh,
year because isn't that 28 miles a marathon?
yes, I think it's 27, 28. It's right around there.
I'm like, if I walk it, I could do like a whole. I could like tell everybody, hey guys, we're gonna walk the New York City Marathon.
I'm obsessed.
Wouldn't that be kind of fun?
That would be
Maybe
really
we get
fun.
T-shirts made like
Yes!
hot girl walking, and
I'll join.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be really fun. We'd be like the last people to finish, like the day after the marathon.
That's
Everyone's like,
funny.
oh, everybody's here, and we're like,
We're
oh,
still going.
still going. We stopped at I got some drinks.
I love that though. You really should do, and then I'll do it after you. The walking from one end of the city to the other.
Yeah,
for
I'll
like a
try it.
TikTok, and just for fun, but also
Yeah.
for a video.
Yeah.
Isn't that a thing from like Broad City or something? There's like a show that it was like
They
a
did
thing.
that on, or
Yeah, I feel
maybe-
like you would know.
I just heard about that show. I'd never heard it in my life, and someone recommended
It's
it. Broad
funny. I've
City.
seen a few episodes, like forever.
Yeah, I've actually never really seen it either. I just know that it's a
Yeah,
bit. It's
really?
like,
Broad City.
or girls or something. I know some of you guys get sick to your stomach the night before a big presentation, or you feel butterflies before a big date, or you get some like a message notification that throws off your whole day. That's because your gut, not your brain, is responsible for your stress response. And there's a profound connection between your brain and your gut. So you need to nourish both so you perform at your best. Personally, I have been trying the Just Thrive probiotic because it's not only recommended by some of the biggest names in the health industry, but it's also clinically proven and all natural. It's a game changer for dealing with common digestive issues like bloat, constipation, gas, and more. And it supports energy, improves sleep, and promotes clear skin. If your gut is healthy, your body will perform at its best. And for next level stress management, you can pair the probiotic with Just Thrive's breakthrough new formula, Just Calm. Just Calm has proprietary ingredients that have been clinically proven to do the almost unimaginable, like soothe your everyday stress, improve alertness and focus, and even help you get better sleep. Just Thrive probiotic and Just Calm make the perfect 1-2 punch to beat stress before it beats you. So support the gut-brain connection. And right now, when you go to justthrivehealth.com and use promo code GALS, you can get 20% off a 90-day bottle of Just Thrive Probiotic and Just Calm. That's like getting a month for free. A portion of every purchase goes to Vitamin Angels, a nonprofit organization that saves the lives of millions of children and moms to be around the world by ensuring that they get the vitamins and minerals that they need to stay healthy and strong. To learn more about this groundbreaking company, don't miss the bonus episode we did with the founder, Tina Anderson, and take control today with Just Thrive. Once again, use that promo code GALS to get 20% off a 90-day bottle of Just Thrive Probiotic and Just Calm. There are so many of these shows that I feel like I hear references, but I need to understand the reference better.
Yeah.
I'm motivated. I really do miss the walks. Like, I didn't realize how much, I feel like all three of us are big walkers.
Yeah.
And then during the winter, it's just miserable. You can be so warm and then your hands are cold. And yes, you can wear gloves, but then I can't go on my phone.
Yeah, exactly. You can't change a song. It's like, no. But you love Soul Cycle, like spinning.
But it's hard to get there in the, that's the thing. It's to leave your house, you know?
Because it is just so cold. It's like ridiculously, this is the coldest winter since I've lived here for sure.
Yeah.
That I've experienced. I'm like, this was when I had to go to class every day. I'm like, I was not bundled up the way that I am now. Like, maybe I'm just more sensitive, but I was like last winter, it just wasn't this bad, I feel like.
I don't know. It's definitely colder this year than last year. Like, last year was a warm winter, I do recall.
Yeah.
I don't know what the groundhog said for this year, but it's cold.
Oh, that is a thing.
That is a thing. It's pretty warm today. I love talking about the weather. Like, one thing about me, I'm gonna talk about the weather.
Whenever it's like the coldest day, I'm just like, but that spring summer is gonna hit. Like, I am trying to think about it.
Yeah.
That is like the only thing getting me through mentally, honestly. I'm like,
it's fun
I've
to
been
bond
struggling.
about. You bond with the people in the elevator, with your doorman, with the people on the street.
Stay warm.
Yeah,
I'll try.
That's my go-to. That's my go-to.
Or all like, well, I'm like, you keeping warm in here? Like,
or before I like leave, I'll be like, how's the weather today? Like,
oh, yep, you might need another layer.
It's
Go back
so
up.
funny. No, that's hilarious.
That is really funny.
One other thing I'm really curious about you. Do you have like any sort of routine? Like, do you have like certain non-negotiables in the morning or maybe like night things, like things that define your day?
No. Isn't that terrible? People
No,
always
it's not
ask
terrible.
me, no. People always ask me my routines, and they're like, "You just have to have something," and I'm like, "No, I'm flying by the seat of my pants."
When's your birthday?
March 17th. I'm a Pisces.
Do you
Totally makes
identify? With
I don't know
Chill.
anything about. I
You're
was
a
just
water
at lunch,
sign.
and they were like, "Yes, what's your rising and what moon?" And I was like, "I don't know." They said, "Well, what time you were born?" I'm like, "I have no clue." I asked my mom. She's like, "I don't know." I said, "Was I born in the morning or at night?" She's like, "I don't know." I'm like, "You don't
Gotta check the
remember my
certificate.
birth?"
I just had this with my boyfriend's mom. She didn't remember either, so I made her get the birth certificate.
Yeah, so I need to do that to see, but I don't know. Do Pisces, are they usually like organized?
They're chill. My mom's a Pisces. Some of my friends are Pisces. They're water signs, very go with the flow. So maybe that's, would you say you're go with the flow?
I feel like as I've gotten older, when I was younger, I was not at all. Like, when I tell you, up until like maybe 2 years ago, I was the most like type A, like, yeah.
I wonder what changed. You just grew up and you're like,
It's really when I started doing TikTok, I think. Like, once I started making TikToks, I think just stuff used to give me anxiety. Like, the first time I experienced anxiety was with TikTok, and, like, people would just take... And I was like, oh, my goodness, this is too much for me. And honestly, I just feel like after all, I was like, all this stuff doesn't even matter. Like, what even matters? So I'm like, oh, who cares? If I don't finish this thing, like, whatever. I don't know.
No, that's really nice. I've had a couple friends tell me recently similar things to you. Like, I just couldn't handle it anymore, so I decided to let it go.
Yeah.
So it sounds like that's what
and
you did.
stuff is still working out. Like, everything still happens, because before I was just so extra about it. Like, of course things worked out, but I stressed myself out in the process. Now it's like everything works out and I'm chill.
Maybe I should just do that.
But I do want to get a better morning routine. I feel like I'm trying to do that this year. That's like the egg bites. Like, I'm trying to like have how many ounces of water is in a Stanley cup?
Oh,
there's various sizes.
The big one.
Is that 40?
I don't know. Probably, because I know like the Hydro Flask, like a lot of 40 probably.
So I'm trying to have 40 ounces of water before I eat breakfast every day.
Wow. Holy crap.
I've been doing that, and it's life changing. Really good. So 40 ounces of water before I just sit there.
Chug us down. Like.
I just chug it when I get up, because I can go like 4 days and not drink a single thing.
Oh wow! So
like, no water, no poppy, no juice, nothing for 4 days, and then I'll just be like clinically dehydrated. I've like been hospitalized for dehydration because I just don't get thirsty.
You're like, no poppy, no nothing.
No nothing.
Wait, do you drink coffee?
No. I literally just really
You just don't
rarely
drink
get
anything.
thirsty. Yeah.
Will you eat?
I'll eat, yeah. So I'm not one of those people like, oh, I forget to eat, but I'll forget to
I'm
drink.
like checking in.
You know, like people who say,
Yeah.
oh, I forgot to eat today. I'm like, how did you forget to eat today?
Yeah.
I got hungry 38 times today.
Yeah.
I could not get thirsty for like several days.
I've like taken so many sips of my LaCroix during this episode.
Really?
I'm like a
She's a
sipper,
drinker though.
Really?
and I'm a peer then too. You know?
See, I could also go the whole day, maybe pee once.
that's
Yeah,
it's Brooke.
typically. Except for today, I have my big Chick-fil-A, and this one, like, I'm like,
Oh,
all right,
yeah.
you know, I got
Okay,
a
yeah.
diet
Yeah.
lemonade, so I was like, oh, a treat. But
Yeah.
this will make me pee. I mean, that's like, this is a big boy.
Yeah.
So, but the big Stanley. So, how many will you drink a day then? I'm
So
so
like after the
perplexed
first
by
one, I'm
this.
like, honestly, I feel like I'm kind of dumb. But if I hold myself to that, I know I'm gonna want to eat my
Yeah.
egg bites, and I'm gonna want to eat them early. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I have to drink this water, and I just have been feeling like just better. I feel like flushed out, like just.
I'm sure you
better.
really-
Yeah, I feel like it is. Yeah, it's a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, from
better.
going from nothing for days I
To
think
like
that'll
40
do it.
ounces
Yeah.
by like 11 a.m. Yeah, so I probably finished like maybe 2 in a day, like
That's great
one
for
and a
you.
half or so. Yeah, it's amazing.
I love that. Are you like a music person? Like we always say this, like when I wake up, I put on music immediately.
No,
Do you just raw dog it? No silence?
I like rarely listen to music.
Podcast, YouTube, nothing.
You
No,
just exist.
I watch Bella Fiore while I do my little stepper thing.
Hey, that's something.
And
It's kind of
like,
like a podcast.
yeah, that's all. Like,
Just silence.
Music really bothers me, I think.
I need to like follow you around for a day. I decided. A day in
Yeah,
the
a
life
social
of Clarke.
experiment.
Yes, I'm so like I think it's so cool because you just come off so cool, calm, and collected. I'm like, maybe I need to do this.
Oh my god, stop! That's
yes,
so sweet.
we always every time we see you, we're like, we love her. Like,
Yeah,
I love
no,
you
that's
guys. When
right.
I run into
Oh
you
my
guys
gosh,
randomly,
please.
I'm like, this is so fun. Because I
Yeah.
feel like with different events, like there are always so many different guest lists, and
Yes.
I'm like, I never see these creators or whatever. So it's always such a pleasure.
it's exciting when we intersect.
Yeah.
Feel the same way.
yeah.
No, I know. When we saw you at Mean Girls, we're like, she's here. She's
I know.
in
I
the
was like,
flesh.
Regina, wait, they're over there. Regina, like my manager, Regina, not Regina George.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
I have to go say
I
hi
have
to
to
them.
go over there.
Yeah.
Well, this was so much fun.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much for coming on.
The best.
Where can everyone find you? Shout yourself out, all the accounts.
Okay, so TikTok is Clarke, CLAAAARKE. There's 4 A's, and then Instagram Clarke Peoples, and then my YouTube is also Clarke Peoples.
Love it. You guys need to go check her out. We love her. You probably fell in love with her today if you hadn't already followed. And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much, Clarke.
Thanks.
Thank you.